I need to try on seal skin here. Oh,
Oh wow, this is weird.
Thing is,
is this the color that you wear when you go out fishing?
once in a while.
He's tickled pink. All right, here we go. Let's trade up here.
Now you're not going to want to give it back.
Well,
Once you have it.
you might want to throw me overboard.
Yeah, this is so awkward. It's a wonderful day in the homiehood, a wonderful day for a homie. Won't you be my homie to Taro? Pierre Poilivre has taken an interesting stance, coming out in favor of murdering baby seals. Well, seals in general, but I assume, given his supreme evil outlook on the world, that this is also specifically directed towards baby seals. Animal welfare campaigners are railing against Pierre Poilievre's plan to expand Canada's seal hunt. Now we have a video here of Pierre Poilievre talking his silly business. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm looking forward to watching it. Pierre Poilievre says he would expand Canada's seal hunt if he becomes prime minister. One of the most important issues that are facing Canadians with the affordability crisis right now is that we need more seal on the dinner table, provoking condemnation from animal welfare groups in Canada, the US, and Britain, as well as singer-songwriter Jan Arden and Baywatch star Pamela Anderson. Mr. Poilievre said in a video from Newfoundland that the solution to an overpopulation of seals eating Atlantic salmon was to harvest more seals and market them for pet food or winter attire or omega and other nutritional products. Now, the catch of all this is that animal welfare groups are saying that these harp seals, which is kind of interesting if you think of Pierre Poilievre as an extension of the Harper era, and now he wants to literally be a harpooner of harp seals, were responsible. His assertion that harp seals were responsible for depleting the Atlantic salmon population is actually maybe not accurate, saying that harp seals feed principally on capelin, an 8 to 10 inch long fish, and crustaceans such as crab and krill. Now, it is possible that they do eat some Atlantic salmon, but they're probably not the cause for depleting these populations. In 2022, around 27,000 harp seals were killed in the commercial hunt, which takes place off the coast of Newfoundland and Labrador, and I guess maybe they are still overpopulated. Miss Pamela Anderson, Honorary Director of People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, PETA, called it barbaric and unsustainable, adding that there is no market for seal pelts. It makes no sense. There are other ways to stay true to tradition and save the environment. Miss Jan Arden, an animal welfare campaigner, said expanding the seal hunt paints such a vile picture of us as a country. It is a very odd position to take. It's like literally akin to like, if I become prime minister, I will kill puppies. I will make sure like that we are like murdering puppies in cold blood. And I mean, you do call baby seals pups, right? So the EU banned the import of seal products in 2009 after an international outcry about Canada's hunt. The US also banned the import of seal products. Ashley Byrne of PETA said the conservative leader was delusional if he thinks there could ever be a market for skins from violently murdered seals. So yeah, the economics of this seems to also just like not really be there. And someone in chat saying, honestly, who cares what Pam or Jan thinks about this? I want to hear from the First Nation community in that area. And yeah, I totally agree. Like Pamela Anderson and Jan Arden do have, I think, a bit of a history of being wrong on these sides of the issues. So I also would like to hear from First Nation communities and what they have to say about this. Liberal MP Nathaniel Erskine Smith said expanding the seal hunt to create jobs makes as much sense as putting your family savings in Bitcoin to opt out of inflation. So shots fired there. Cheryl Fink, Director of Wildlife Campaigns at IFAW Canada, drew a distinction between smaller Indigenous hunts, where every part of the animal is used, and the mass cull of Newfoundland of tens of thousands of seals. She said people worldwide are appalled by the way sealers kill the seals. They club them with a wooden bat or stick with a spiked end, or shoot them, or both, she said. Mr. Poilivre says, Mr. Poilivre has been really poorly briefed about seals depleting salmon, she said. Harp seals eat mostly crustaceans. So it seems to be almost a unanimous agreement amongst like advocates for this situation. That, you know what, we don't have to club seals. But of course, what is really happening here is that Pierre Poilivre is trying to make this a wedge issue for the sealers in Newfoundland. Professor Alex Marland, head of political science at the Memorial University of Newfoundland, said there is widespread support for the annual seal hunt in the province, where fisheries critic Clifford Small holds the Tories' only seat. In politics, you look for wedge issues. Pierre Poilivre is trying to tap into the Newfoundland identity. However, Professor Marland says that the impact of seals on salmon is a kind of silly place to focus because seals eat mostly cod. So again, there's just this misinformation kind of happening in order for Pierre Poilivre to elevate his own situation, I guess, in this time targeting Newfoundland.
Welcome to the Humber River. Here we are walking across the bridge with Newfoundland Member of Parliament Cliff Small. And we're in western Newfoundland. And boy, is it cold out here. And we're going to seal the deal. Let me tell you how.
We're going to seal the deal on seals by making a deal with sealers.
This is a sealskin jacket. But did you catch that seal?
Possibly. These might have been a part of a harvest we had many years ago.
Did you catch this seal? Possibly.
You've been known to do the seal hunt.
Absolutely.
And what can you tell me about the seal that appear in this river?
Well, in 1980, we had a population of seals in Atlantic Canada.
Try to take it easy till I get back to normal.
Hey, what's up, Mark? Hey, what's up, Mark? Thanks for following.
Approximately 2 million. Right now, it's 5 times that number. They've even moved right into this Humber River here.
10 million seals in Atlantic Canada. What does that mean for the fishery?
Well, for the people that fish this river for salmon, it means that the seals are invading and destroying the precious Atlantic salmon resource.
And is that hurting the fishery sector?
Absolutely. There's nothing that's more near and dear to the sports fishermen of Atlantic Canada than fishing the mighty Atlantic salmon, and seals are eating them.
The mighty Atlantic salmon being gobbled up by the excessive population of seals. Now,
so again, we've already affirmed that this is not true.
The solution, of course, is for us to harvest more seals and market them.
Just harvest them. Harvest the seals.
For pet food, for winter attire, for omega and other...
They're winging this as much as I'm winging stream every day. Like, they're just like, can we just do this in one take real quick?
Nutritional value, as the indigenous people did for thousands of years in this country.
Yes. Virtue signaling to the indigenous peoples. Of course, Pierre Poilivre definitely has the best interest of indigenous peoples.
But because of the eco nuts in the so-called animal rights people who have no common sense whatsoever in Europe and the United States, and because of our government's failure to champion the sealers, the people who do the hard work of harvesting the seals, we're having an overpopulation destroying our fisheries.
Well, if the National Post said it, it must be true. So even this is saying what Pierre Poilivre is trying to assert here is wrong. A new report blames growing seal population for decline of cod stocks. This isn't salmon, bro. So, I mean, just get your facts straight. This is from the Canadian Press, so it's probably not.
So what are we going to do about it?
We're going to work on reversing the damage that has been done in our markets. We're going to work on trade. We're going to open up new markets under your leadership,
Absolutely.
Pierre.
And that's what
They're so awkward.
they've done in Norway, right? They've managed their seal population.
Absolutely.
And what has that meant for the productivity of their waters for the fishery?
The productivity of Norway's ocean is 8 times higher
They produce 8 times more fish for each what, square mile?
Per square mile.
Wow. What are these Americans? What are they doing using this mile system? You think they use miles in Norway? We don't even use miles in Canada. What the hell are they talking about? Per square mile of water.
Square mile of water, and that's because they manage their seal population. But what do you say to the people that say, well, seals are cute, they're adorable, we shouldn't be hunting them?
You know, hunting is natural. It's been a part of the fabric of human existence from the beginning of mankind.
Right.
This is so weird to hear them talk about it like this. Like, okay, yes, hunting is natural. It's true.
And so it is a legitimate hunt that is necessary not only to bring in a valued resource that people can use for clothing and food, but it will protect our fishery, bring our fishery back to life and bring it back with strength and with vibrance. And that's what's going to happen when Pierre Poilivre is Prime Minister and members of my caucus like Cliff are fighting for the people in Newfoundland. Enough of MPs who bring Ottawa's voice to Newfoundland. We need Newfoundland's voice in Ottawa. It's time to bring back our resource sector, including our fisheries. Let's bring it home. But before we do,
let's bring it home, which is basically the same as saying like America first, but for Canada.
let's seal the deal. I'm getting a little cold in this city boy jacket. I need to try on seal skin here. Oh.
Oh wow, this is weird.
Thing is,
Is this the color that you wear when you go out fishing?
once in a while.
He's tickled pink. All right, here we go. Let's trade up here.
Now you're not going to want to give it back.
Well,
Once you have it.
you might want to throw me overboard
Yeah, this is so awkward. Like, let's trade coats, okay?
if I don't give it back. So, my goodness, that's a nice warm jacket. Now let me guess.
Oh, they're old. That's why they use imperial measurements. True.
It's waterproof, right?
Absolutely.
They're made that way.
They like
What
to
do you
go for a
think?
swim.
Nice style, eh? Looking excellent. All right, folks, let's bring it home.
Wow, I hated this. Awful. Creepy. Yeah, you know, I think my conclusion on this is I want to hear more from First Nations people.